Now, the thing about wines and the varietals, it's really knowing what is what. It can be a little overwhelming, it can be confusing, but I think we can clear things up for
Yeah,
people, right?
definitely. Let's go over some of the larger varietals that you're going to see when you go to restaurants, when you go to stores. So with white wine, you have lighter and you have bigger bodied white wines. You have Pinot Grigio, you have Sauvignon Blanc, you've got your Chardonnay, and then on the sweeter end, you have your Riesling or your Moscato. Pinot Grigio is a very well-known varietal. That's going to be your lighter-bodied, very crisp, a lot of maybe tropical fruits and stone fruits in that. Then moving on, you have Sauvignon Blanc. That one is very, very acidic. It usually has a lot of tropical fruit to it, almost if you're familiar with gooseberry, it's a New Zealand fruit. It's a really distinct flavor. It's a really round, acidic wine, and it's delicious. So there's really something for everyone, more acid, less acid, with oak, without oak, and you can really kind of define what you want and what your style is by those different types there. There's also sparkling, which we never want to forget about.
No, you never want to forget about sparkling because usually you go for the champagne because if you're paying more, which we talked about before, is if it's more expensive, then it's better. And that's not always the case. You can really get yourself a nice, good, affordable bottle of Prosecco, and it's easy on the pockets and it's mimosa friendly.
It is, and it's also a little bit more fruit forward, possibly, than a champagne, which is a little bit breadier. So it's even more refreshing and light and fun to drink. Moving on to the reds, from lighter to bigger body, you have your Pinot Noir, you have your Merlot, and your Malbec, which is really popular right now, which is kind of a nice medium-bodied alternative. You've got Cabernet Sauvignon, which tends to be your bigger bodied red wine. So some of the bigger varietals in reds are going to be your Pinot Noir. That's definitely going to be one of the lighter reds. It has some really bright berry flavors to it, maybe strawberry, maybe cherry, something that's a little more tart and a little more acidic. And then you have your bigger wines like a Cabernet, and that's going to be also oaked, but it's going to have a lot of tannic structure to it. You're going to have really deep red fruits on there, dark berries, dark stone fruits, and those are going to come across, and it's going to just have a thicker feel to it overall. And then you also have red blends, which can be really interesting. They can be anywhere from light to big, from fruity to earthy. So don't be afraid to try those and to ask someone if you're eating out maybe what the style of that is, because they can be a really cool alternative.
And then the last thing we can go to is rosé, which I love. I think it's very refreshing for me, and I love that you can get sweet or you can go a little drier.
Yeah.
And then even with the rosé, if you want something that is sweet like a Roscato, which is similar to a Riesling.
Yes, that'll definitely be on the sweeter end of the rosés. You can also have one that's so acidic that it's closer to a Pinot Grigio or a Sauvignon Blanc. So really, rosé is for everybody, despite what people think.
Don't be fooled, exactly.